My name is Tamara. I'm from Ukraine and I've been knitting for soon it will be a year, and I wanted to record a knitting podcast for mostly there are two reasons. First, it's hard for me to talk about knitting with my family and friends because they can't stand it anymore, because I do talk a lot about it and I need some sorry, my English is a bit rusty. I haven't been speaking it with anyone for years now. I need some way to let it out. And the second reason is how do I say it? I need some friends. I need some community. Because it's kind of hard when you have some hobby and you can't communicate with some people that not only will listen to you but will understand what you're talking about. So I decided to try to record it. I am sorry, I will be trying to look here, but I have an image of myself here, so it will be hard. And so my first finished object I wanted to talk with you about is here. I can stand and show you it fully because I have a really fragile setup with books on a chair. Just never mind. So I just can't at the moment, but I will insert a picture somewhere here showing how it looks. I've knitted it with I have it here. Okay, this is Drops Merino Extra Fine. I can say that I really love this yarn. It is it stretches a lot. My biggest problem is that it just stretches a lot, and in almost every case I want fabric to be denser. No, it was a word parasite from my language. I don't want it to be see-through, and so the pattern says to use 4.5 millimeters needles, and I used 4 millimeter needles. I can show it to you. Never mind. It is Zinc Pro from Knit Pro. It is my first adult knitter needles because I don't have a lot of money at the moment. I live in Ukraine. I'm a student. It is war happening here, so I thought that I'd better spend some money on yarn than on needles, but I wanted some most used, in my case, pair of needles that will be better. So I like this. It is probably my favorite sweater at the moment. I haven't knitted a lot of sweaters, but I have two other finished sweaters that are wearable, and this is third, and it's my favorite. Mostly apart from its construction and how it sits on me, the reason is I'm quite sensitive to mohair and anything that you can't use for a newborn in sense of wool, you can't use for me. So I have, for example, my sweater number 13 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I love it, but it has a mohair and it is kind of scratchy. Not particularly scratchy, but let me think, prickly. And it is kind of, I feel it when I wear it, and I'm not a fan of it. So, this one, I just love it. Next thing that I finished is these babies. It is my first sock that I knitted on 3mm needles. It went so quickly, I just can't describe it. It was really pleasant. It also has, I don't know if it will focus. It is a short row heel, my first short row heel. I decided that I want this cold season, I want to try more different constructions of socks. It will be later. So like the one that I needed first is worse. The sock that I needed second is much better, and it is Alize Super Wash, something like that. It is a Turkish yarn that is sock yarn. This not the best, but we have a lot of cheaper Turkish yarns that are cheaper. So I had 50 grams left over, and I had one ball of my hair. So I made this. Just look at this halo. I don't know if you can see it, but it turned out that my feet somehow are much more sensitive than my body. I don't know, my feet, they're just, I don't know, like a neck sensitive. So I will gift it for my mom. She likes blue, she likes warm socks. I have already made her one pair, and she's not such a baby in that way. Then I have, where is it? Have another pair of socks. They're clean, but they are used. It is a first pair that I made for myself. It is like felted in some places a bit, but I don't care. I used this brown is a Drops Fable. It's somewhere here. This. And I also used this yarn. This is also Turkish yarn. It was sold to me in a hank, and I do not have a hank yarn winder because I really rarely, I'm so sorry, buy yarn in hanks, and I just don't need it. Like, it costs like a one sweater quantity amount of yarn, and I just prefer to buy yarn. This one, let me show to you how people do this. Like, here it is. This is officially, it is a fingering weight yarn, I think. I don't know. It is Turkish. It is on Ravelry, but there are not a lot of information. I don't even know if this merino is superwash or not. It is 90% merino and 10% silk, and manufacturer recommends 4 mils needles. For a sock I used 2.25, but for a sweater this I will use for socks, and I have another sweater quantity of another color of this yarn. I will use 4 mils. Then I had a really long story with this one. Like, as you can see, the rib here is quite long. I don't like when sleeves are longer than here, like when they go here. I just don't like it. But I did wanted to make the ribbing on the bottom of my sweater longer, but I ran out of yarn. And I wanted to purchase one more ball, and I did. And then I don't know, like how it happens in other countries, but in Ukraine, you can order yarn from a shop and have it sent to you on the next day, and it arrives to your post office on the next day, like 2 days after you purchased it. And the shop, for some reason, delayed sending off my ball, one little poor ball of yarn, and I just couldn't wait longer. This sweater was lying like a week, fully finished. It just needed like 3 centimeters on hem, and I just finished it like it is. It grew a lot after washing, so I'm fine with it. But I had this ball as a leftover when it arrived, and I made this. I have a small nephew. He's like, at the moment he's 2 months old, and he's huge. He wears clothes for 6 months babies. So this is a free pattern by, can't remember, I will write it somewhere, but it was really quick. I made it in 4 days because I just made half of a socks, then waited a day, then so. But you definitely can make this in like few hours. And then what have we here? I again don't remember how this pattern is called, but it is a free pattern. It is like a hair accessories. I'm gonna gift it to my sister. Then we have whips. Here I remember how patterns are called and what yarn I use. So first one, oops, it has my dog's hair, sorry. Is a Karelia sweater by Midori Hirose. And just look at this. I'm in love with it. It was my first time doing any kind of like color work, working with chart. This is not a standard color work, it's some Estonian technique called rose something, but I had a problem. The pattern calls for, as it turned out, a DK yarn, but on a Ravelry page it said that you need a fenugreek weight yarn, and I wasn't smart enough to look at needle size that the pattern calls for, and I just went straight away and bought this. This is Drops Baby Merino, and I'm not satisfied with it. I'm not happy at all. Manufacturer Drops says that it is a sport weight yarn. It is a 50-gram ball, 175 meters. It is a fingering weight yarn at butter. So it is so thin, I can make socks with it. I think that if I have any leftover, I will use it for some color work in socks. So I had a problem. I didn't have enough. I bought 5 skeins. It was not a lot. It was like a little bit less than 900 meters, and I was planning to make it cropped. But then, as it turned out, I had, oh my god, I just realized that I didn't put my ear things in my ears, and you maybe don't hear me all this time, but I will risk it and find out later. I couldn't held yarn double, because that meant that I would have to buy 5 more skeins, and I did not have money for that. So, and I couldn't add some cheap mohair, like not silk mohair, but just baby alpaca or just mohair with polyamide, not silk. So my decision was to knit it on a, I'm gonna show you the fabric, like on a 3 mils needles, and the ribbon was on 3mm needles, and the body was on 3.5. It went well. I needed size I needed size L to get size S. It is really fitted, and it ends just like half of centimeter above my belly button. So I wanted to end just at the point where my high-waisted jeans begin. I have like a little bit more than 2 balls left, and I have just sleeves to go. I think that I will make a full-length sleeve or a bracelet-length sleeves, and I want them tight. I want them like fitted, but I'm not sure how it will go. I love this one. Then, where is it? I lost it. I really lost one of my projects. I found it. Here is just started. Oh my god, it is tangled. I'm a mess. This is socks. This is some free sock pattern that I wanted to try just to see. Maybe there are some techniques that I don't know how to do. It is the basic socks, something like this, by Summer Lee, and I use Drops Fable. It will be shorty sock, like ankle sock. It will be a gift. I decided that I will not make any sock gifts that are knitted on a 2 point something millimeter needles, and I'd better buy some decay sock yarn and make more. You got it, I hope. So, because it just not worth it, but I've already promised this one, so I will make it. And I think that's all for whips, but I have some plans and acquisitions. First one is the yarn that I will use for Oslo sweater by Petite Knit, and here is it. It is also, I haven't named it, I think, Atrophy APEC Yellow. To translate the name of this yarn is will be like Silk Road, something like this. So I've already showed it to you, so it is the same like that I used in the socks, but it is just black and white. I have a how do we call it in English? Example? No, I forgot. Swatch of it, but I don't think I have it somewhere near me, but I have a hack to show you. It looks like this. It is beautiful. It was quite cheap, and I appreciate it. Here is a label, and it is hand dyed, and it does have all information. I don't know if you even can see it in Turkish, and some translation to English and Russian. So here it is, and it will be my future Oslo sweater. Then I have this yarn. I bought. It is not like recently bought. My mom fled the country when there were like really hard fights near our city, and she needed to get my pregnant at the moment sister out. And then she was sometime in Estonia at our friend's place, and near, it was like a really small tiny island, like, I don't know, maybe 500 meters on like this, and 3 kilometers like this, and that's all. But their small farm with alpacas, and she got for me this yarn. I made with it a sweater number 11, heavily modified, and the problem is that it is kind of itchy. For an alpaca yarn, it is itchy, and I had this bowl. It is like 130 grams left over, and I think that I will make a hat with it. Maybe some Pearl Soho Poch Cap free pattern, or some their free pattern. But I need to buy some other strand that will be matching this color, at least in a way that will be look comprehensive, to make it like more stable, you know. It is not stretchy at all, so it is really at all, and I need it to be like, I don't know, like merino, to fit at the head and to stay on the head. And I have some other, but I will not be using it near time, so I don't think that I will show it to you. But I have this. This is a cone, as you can see. This is polyamide. As I understand, this is a like a drops air construction of a yarn, but I'm not sure. Looks like this. It can be knitted alone at I think that 3.5mm needles would be alright, but I do want to knit a moby sweater. Really want to knit, and I made a swatch at 4mm needles, and it's like, it's fine, really, it's fine. It could sit on body and not be see-through, but it's not so dense. And she did need used not a DK but worsted weight yarn in her pattern, so it is quite dense sweater, and I think I want that same look, so I decided that I will purchase some fingering sport weight merino and add one strand to it, and then I'm gonna need a moby sweater. I don't think that I have anything to show. I again forgot a word. As I said, English is my third language. I haven't said that, but English is my third language, and I haven't had any practice, like probably in 3 years at the moment, so please forgive me. I will try to speak better, and I do hope that someone will watch it and that I will be brave enough to post this video, because I really want to make some knitting friends. So if you watched it, thank you a lot. If you will leave any comment and just, I don't know, tell me something, anything, please talk with me about knitting. I will be really happy.